Okay, so for this lesson, what we're going to do is we're actually going to try to apply our knowledge of the ruler that we gained this week. So, those of you at home, if you raid your pantry, you're going to find like some boxes, and I need you to get like thin boxes, like mac and cheese boxes, brownie boxes, cake mix boxes, some kind of slow cooker thing, like sandwich bags. It doesn't matter. The box just doesn't need to be huge and super long, super fat. Like a cereal box is way too big. So something kind of small, something kind of tiny and compact. And what I want you to do is whatever box you decide on. So I'm going to kind of use this cocoa box because it's kind of like mac and cheese. I want you to trace it 3 times. Like the mac and cheese box is super perfect, or a cake box, or like I said, a brownie box. So those are the really cool. And just trace it 3 times real fast. Using a pencil. I'm using a pen so you guys can see what it is I'm doing. And I'm just going to trace this thing 3 times on my paper. Alright. And I've labeled my paper applying the ruler. Right? And so box 1, I want to call it 1 inch. Box 2, I want to label it 1/2 inch. And then the box 3, I want to call it 1/4 inch. And so again, this is proving that you understand the ruler. So now that you have your box, your thing outlined, then you're going to just take your ruler, whatever ruler you have at the house. Make sure you know where your 0 is. So those of you in my class, our 0 is a line. It's not the edge. So I'm just going to mark this at the top of the box at every inch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I don't have 5. So then I'm going to move it down. Hopefully your box is a little bit neater than mine. I'm going to mark it again at 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to use a little bit smaller of a ruler just because it's a bit easier here. And then what I want to do is I just want to connect these 2 lines. And so I'm proving that I know how to read the ruler at every inch. Simple enough. Right, and then we're going to move into the second one. This one is our 1/2 inch. And so remember, as we learned on the ruler, the 1/2 inch, if you have a 16-line ruler, is the 8th line. And normally, it's the longest line shown in between an inch. So now I'm going to line this thing up at the top again, and I'm going to mark it at 1/2. So 1/2, 1 1/2, 1/2 and 1, because an inch is a 1/2 mark. 1 1/2, 2, 2 1/2, 3, 3 1/2, 4, 4 1/2. Then I'm just going to slide my ruler down, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. 1/2, 1, 1 1/2, 2, 2 1/2, 3, 3 1/2, 4, and then 4 1/2. Then, just like last time, take my ruler, line up my lines, and again, just proving that I know what the 1/2 inch line is on my ruler. And then finally, we have one left, and it's known as the 1/4 inch, right? So the 1/4 inch is every 4th line if you have a 16th inch ruler, or generally it's the second longest line in between inches. So I've got to mark it at every 1/4 of an inch. So that's really an inch, inch and a quarter, 1/2, 3/4, and an inch. So when I line this guy up, I'm going to start on my 1 just because it'll be slightly easier to do that. 1 1/4, 1 1/2, 1 3/4, 2, 2 1/4, 2 1/2, 2 3/4, 3, 3 1/4, 3 1/2, 3 3/4, 4, 4 1/4, 4 1/2, 4 3/4, 5, 5 1/4, 5 1/2, and 5 3/4. And then same thing down here. Gonna line this guy back up. Gonna mark it at 1/4, 1/2, 3/4, 2, 2/4, 2 1/2, 2 3/4, 3, 3 1/4, 3 1/2, 3 3/4, 4, 4 1/4, 4 1/2, 4 3/4, 5, 5 1/4, 5 1/2, 5 3/4. And now I'm just going to take my ruler, and I'm just going to start lining them up and drawing from the top to the bottom, proving that I know where the 1/4 inch line is. So hopefully your box rectangles are neater than mine. It doesn't help that mine is not neat, and so but the 1/2 and 1/4 inch is in the right spot. So, and just go and finish all the way through, and then you'll upload this assignment into a photo of this in the Canvas assignments to get credit on showing your knowledge and understanding of the ruler and the marks.